Okay, it's the professor here from Mountain View Power Sports. And you're probably wondering what you're looking at. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about aftermarket parts for older motorcycles. I try to get the glare off these things, but basically what we've got, brake caliper kits. They're both the same. Made in Japan, of course. And I've got the manufacturer covered up because it's not fair to them, because I don't know that it's their fault. But the bottom line is, like many things you buy aftermarket for bikes, these parts are not exact fits and did not work. This little guy over here, that's from a different project. That's a master cylinder seal. It goes in the master cylinder to keep the dirt out of the piston. But now the reason I'm showing you these is because a lot of the older bikes that you order parts from the internet, and even though it checks out, says it's the right part, and all that good stuff, they don't always work. I find this 50% of the time. It's really getting hard to find parts for old bikes. The new old stock stuff is drying up, and the stuff on eBay is sketchy sometimes. So you really think you find gold when you find these things, and you get them and find out that they're not 100% on. Which is another reason when you tear a bike apart and you've got old components, old parts, you never throw them away until you get the new parts, because that way you've got something to compare them to. Because what happens is you trash the old parts and you get the new parts and you put them together, and if it's not extremely obvious that there's a problem, you put them back together and then you find out you've got a problem later. Master cylinders, brake calipers, clutch slaves, that sort of thing, that use a messy daggone brake fluid. It's not much fun when you put a caliper or a slave or a master cylinder together to find out you got the wrong seals in them. Because what doesn't leak out on its own onto you, the paint, the floor, your lift, and everything else, you're going to have to drain it, and it usually isn't pretty. So do your due diligence when you order parts. I don't know that there's one manufacturer better or worse than the other as far as aftermarket. This is also another great thing to keep in mind when you try and buy a bike off Facebook Marketplace with the intention of keeping it or flipping it. One of my favorite subjects, flipping Facebook Marketplace bikes. But anyhow, that's it for today. Aftermarket parts don't always work, don't always fit, aren't always right. So be careful.